Have you ever had, like a vision, or have you channeled ever about like kind of mass alien contact, and like there's a lot of talk about AI and it taking over the human race, and I was wondering if you've ever seen or channeled anything about that.
I have. So the contact issue has been a constant
Oh, I
question
bet.
in
Yeah.
my events, of course. And I will tell you the guides that I work with, and I work with many, and we talk about this, but the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Lemurians, Atlanteans, many, many, many. They're like, they think it's kind of a funny question. Like, you guys already have contact. And we
I
do,
know. I
right?
know.
I mean, it's just that we want everyone else to
Yeah.
see what we see. And I think that will eventually happen. I think we're pretty far away from, having alien ships land on the planet and have
Yeah.
Pleiadians walking. We already have Pleiadians walking down the street, but um, have them commonly known. And
Yeah.
again, it's a vibrational thing.
Yeah.
We're not in the vibration that would allow that physical merging to really happen. But that's why we have conduits and people, across
Yeah.
the world who are bringing these messages in, and even people like myself back in the day who are hearing that stuff but don't really know what they're hearing yet. It's contact is here.
Right.
But in terms of AI, I have had some really interesting messages coming in about that, and give you a kind of a crazy parallel that I just spoke about in a group that I'm working with. So I did a course with, as I mentioned, many of the we'll call them the Christed ones,
Hmm.
ascended masters like Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and they were showing us these dragon gates that they used to work with as a technology, and these even link into Atlantis. A lot of the ancient technologies were based in elements. So they would utilize the frequencies of water and crystal. And that's why the water in our body is a literal technology. It just comes back from many of these ancient lifetimes. They're programmed and they work together. And that's why our health is so bad today, because fluoride in the water, it isn't just something we're meant to physically detoxify. The presence of any chemical in our water bodies on the planet is connected to our energy field, because we are that water. There's no
Yeah.
separation, right? So back to the Dragon Gates, some of the messages that came through about them were they were an elemental scanning technology.
Hmm.
So in order to allow people to pass into these underground mystery schools and in caves, these dragon or elemental technologies would scan their energy field for intention, or for purity of intention.
Hmm.
And I thought, how incredibly crazy is that? That we're, how now have these eye scanning devices and
Oh, yeah.
all of these things. So it's clear to me that the consciousness of the planet is driving technology, because these things are emerging right now that are very similar in scope to what we've had in ancient timelines. And I think that is good that they're coming to the surface right now, because
Yeah.
we are manifesting, I think, potential timelines that can go in a really positive direction,
Yeah.
but it is the consciousness that drives them. So
Right.
we're the conscious technology, or the keepers of the technology, we'll call it. And that's exactly what happened in Atlantis. We had beings that were not of the highest intention come in and infiltrate the technology,
Hmm.
where this was a consciousness raising technology, where it was even described as very similar to 5G. It was
Wow.
creating a frequency field on the, in Atlantis to keep the consciousness high. And so now we have the opposite, where we have 5G coming in to actually lower the frequency of
Yeah.
the earth. But I don't see that as necessarily having to go in a negative direction.
Right.
I even believe that some of the advanced children that are coming to the planet might take advantage of what's being installed right now and turn it around for us
Yeah.
in a different direction. I mean, because there's no mistake that 5G is coating our water.
Right.
I mean, that comes back from ancient timelines. It's just put into a lower consciousness right now.
Right.
So that's my take on it. I think it remains to be seen. I don't necessarily believe that AI is taking us in the wrong direction. However, we have
We
a
may
lot
take
of,
AI in the wrong direction.
right, and we have a lot of fear on the planet, and we have a frequency field being created that could definitely
Yeah.
carry it in the